Hi guys, it's Kiana. Today I'm going to be discussing comparison and why it is keeping you stuck and how to break free. So, you're probably always scrolling, watching people on social media with money, flashy cars, luxury, designer items, traveling, basically living that lifestyle that I feel like everybody wants these days, and especially with social media, with it making it seem as if everything is so glamorous, making it seem as if everything is perfect, when it is simply not. And I just want to make clear that you do not know what goes behind closed doors and in these people's lives. And now you're probably questioning your worth, your timing, you're questioning everything, putting yourself down due to what you see online, when online is not the reality. So I'm going to be giving you the definition of comparison. Comparison is measuring your life against somebody else's highlight reel. So you're putting your own self-esteem down based on what you see that everybody has. You don't know what that person is going through behind closed doors. You don't know if they got it handed to them. You don't know how hard they worked to get to where they want to be. People only show you the final result, but you don't see all the sacrifices they had to make so they can get to where they are now. You are comparing yourself, but what are you doing in your daily life to get to your goals? That's probably why you feel behind, because you're not taking the action and the steps necessary to reach your goals and to be successful. You're not doing anything. You're just consuming, and you're wondering why you feel the way you do. That person that you see that's successful now had to go through a lot of trials and errors, and I want to make it clear that we learn from our own mistakes and we learn from our own trials and errors. When you start something, you don't start it knowing everything. You probably went to school, you probably did certain research, but you don't have everything. You don't know everything. You don't have all of the knowledge. It's just like when you want to start the gym, but you're waiting to have the right attire. It's like wanting to start a YouTube channel, but you're waiting to have the right equipment. You're never going to have everything that you need. You just need to start and quit procrastinating. Quit using the typical, I just don't have the right things, which is why I'm not starting. That's typical procrastination. It's just procrastination disguised as something else. So, quit consuming and start taking action. Quit putting yourself down or because you see somebody else. Quit saying that it was luck when you don't know what goes on. You don't know everybody's story. Everybody's story is different, and everybody's journey is different. Your path is different, which is why you can't compare it to others. You have to trust your own timing. And know that, and when you see somebody else with something, don't say, oh, why them and not me? Because that is not good. When you see somebody with something, you should use it as inspiration. Ask yourself, what can I do to make my life better? What can I do to have these things? And use it as motivation. Use it as inspiration. Stay consistent. Be disciplined in what you are doing now. Quit quitting something because, it's not working out. Because I feel like we tend to quit things when it's not working out or how we want it to. But maybe you just haven't taken enough time to get better at it. Perfect your craft. Well, nothing is perfect, but I feel like practice eventually will make, progress. So just keep Just keep trying to take the steps necessary to be successful, to have that luxury lifestyle that you see other people's with. And even though you see other people with this lifestyle, it doesn't mean that they're happy. It doesn't mean that they're at peace. I personally feel that having a luxury life is being at peace. But a lot of people do all these things that they don't need to be doing to get all this money. You know what I'm saying? So that person's probably angry. You know, that person has money, probably wants something that somebody else has, which is peace, which is happiness. So quit comparing yourself. And if you want to know the steps that you need to take, that's necessary to start taking action, it's to stop consuming and to start creating and building. Or if you're consuming, start applying it to your everyday life. Don't just consume and not do anything later. Don't just watch a video and be like, oh, and leave it and be like, go back to what I know, going back to my life and the ordinary, the normal, like, you know what I'm saying? No. Flip something, make a change. Okay? You need to flip the switch, and you need to figure out what it is that you are lacking, and that is making you feel like you're behind. Back to when I said everybody timing is different, that is really true, because it could be somebody that's 20 years old and they've been working all their life and taking the steps necessary, which is why they are a millionaire at 25. But then when somebody sees the end result, they're going to be like, oh, was that a luck? When they don't see somebody's hard work and dedication, you know, but all of their hard work and dedication, nobody sees it, right? Because nobody's focused on what's going on behind the scenes. You know, everybody could care less. You just want to see the final. But once you create all that success yourself, you have to appreciate the progress, because once you do all of that yourself, you're going to feel more satisfied. You're going to feel more fulfilled. You're going to be like, oh yeah, like I have this, you know, like I did this, I took the steps that were necessary to get to where I'm at now. Nothing was given to me, nothing was handed. And I feel like that's the best thing, and that's the best reward that you can give yourself. Everybody has their own story, and everybody comes from their own background. Maybe somebody grew up in like a rich family. Maybe somebody else didn't grow up as fortunate, but they worked and they built themselves up there. You know what I'm saying? So don't ever think that you can't. You can do it. Once you're dedicated to something, like I've noticed, even like my own dedication, like you can be at the bottom. I'm talking about starting from 0. And then you get up to 100. But it's because that dedication that you so deeply had, that brought you from 0 to 100. You didn't care what nobody thought of you. You didn't care proving a point. Stop trying to prove a point. Stop trying to seek validation, and trust your own growth. Trust your own progress. Quit trying to look rich while being broke, just because you're seeking the validation of others. Just because, she has that nice car. Look at that. She bought her own house. Like, you need to quit comparing yourself to other people and what they have. Quit saying I wish, and start saying I am going to do this so I can get the things that they have. Quit being jealous. If you are jealous, you just need to level up. You just need to like switch like your whole life and do something better. Like, I will see people in these happy relationships. You don't know what's going on behind that relationship, but you're constantly like, you know, I wish I had a relationship like that. When they're probably getting abused behind closed doors. You know, they're probably arguing all the time. Nothing is perfect. Everything you have to work on, and everything has its pros and cons, and everything you learn through your own trial and error. Okay? Some people that know the things that they know now, They didn't always have that knowledge, but they probably learned through their own mistakes. So I see some people like, oh, I want to be in that. I wish I had a marriage like that. And I still haven't found nobody yet. Or they seem like such a happy couple. And, you know, like you're glamorizing things that you fully don't even know about. Like, and I feel like everybody's a victim to this. Everybody compares themselves, even if you may not realize it or not. That friend that you may have, or, you know, that family member that you may have, like, you know, you wonder why they were more fortunate than you were, and you shouldn't think like that. Or you see somebody with the things that you so deeply want, but you don't know, like, again, but you don't know all the sacrifices they had to make to get there. I just want you to trust your own timing, trust your own journey, appreciate the progress. You know, reward yourself for your own progress. Stop waiting on other people to believe in you. Stop waiting on other people's approval to start. This is your own life, okay? Especially if nobody's handing anything to you, nobody's giving you anything. You just have to do what you have to do to get to where you have to be. Don't focus on the haters. Don't focus on the criticism. Just let that motivate you to keep doing better. Quit feeling like you're behind in life when you haven't even taken that like steps that you need to take. You haven't even taken any action, but you're over here bringing yourself down because of what you see others with. Be patient, be kind, take the steps necessary that you need in order to get to where you need to be. Trust your growth, trust your own journey, your own timing. In order to be successful and to reach your goals, you have to start taking action. Quit consuming and start building. Okay? Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I will see you guys in the next.